This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another episode of Running Gears, where today I want to answer the question that most new runners have, and that is, what is the best new shoe to start with? Let's jump right in. Thanks for tuning in today. Full disclosure, I have only been running consistently for over a month. I'm a new runner, so hopefully I can answer these questions, but I've been reviewing shoes for a few years, mostly basketball and training shoes, and along the way I've gotten a lot of running shoes, but I've never really been consistent until recently. So I feel like I have some grounds to speak on, but absolutely please check out a lot of the other runners out there. But if you're looking to find the view of a new runner, a bigger guy who can afford to lose a few pounds and is just starting on his journey, hopefully my view and opinion can help you. So with that being said, the two best shoes I can recommend for any new runner are going to be those behind me. You guys see it here. And that's the Hoka Rincon and the New Balance Beacon. Now both shoes actually are on their second iteration, with the Beacon actually coming out with the Beacon 3 in the next few months, or probably around the fall. I would say, starting with the Beacon, one had a full knit upper, which is what I have here, and it fits amazing no matter what kind of foot shape you have, which is incredible when you're in a running shoe. When you start to run for longer periods of time, the fit really matters, and that knit upper is absolutely fantastic. Now, both of these, before I get into the nitty details, are very light, and they will spoil you for shoes to come. So if you're going to get a shoe with a lot higher cushion, expect something that's a little bit heavier. And if you're going to get a shoe that's meant for a little bit more speed, hopefully you get something lighter. But these two are incredibly lightweight shoes that you really can't take for granted, especially as you first start to run and you really want to increase your turnover and pick up your legs more. Having that lighter weight goes a long way. Now the Beacon 2 changed the upper, but the midsole and the tooling, which is all the cushion, the outsole, are all exactly the same. So honestly, whichever you prefer stylistically, whatever color, or whatever you can get a better deal on, go with that. Now the Beacon 3 is going to be changing up the entire tooling with the new Fresh Foam X cushion, which I really like on the 1080 version 10 for New Balance. So don't know what that's going to be, but they've been selling for the last two generations for $115, which in general is a good price. You're still cheaper than something like your Nike Pegasus or your Brooks Ghost, your standard daily trainers. And these are for shoes that are more comfortable, lighter, and just fit incredible. Moving on to the Hoka Rincon, if you guys haven't been introduced to the Hoka brand, it's an awesome brand for pretty much anyone who's just starting to run, because there's a ton of cushioning. So you're able to get out and run and hopefully have a little bit less injuries, as well as just enjoy the run a little bit more, since you don't feel like everything's hurting. So it's a great brand, and the Rincon just came out last year. The new one is coming out this summer, I believe, in the middle of 2020 for the Rincon 2. And honestly, it's really the same shoe, just like the Beacon 1 to the 2. The Rincon 1 to the 2 is simply a change of upper, which is a good thing. Again, incredibly lightweight. I would say the Rincon does have a little bit more of a bounce to it, ever slightly so, probably 10 to 15% more. As far as impact protection, they're both plush, with maybe a little bit more plushness going to the New Balance. So various degrees. There's a channel called Road Trail Run I highly recommend. He often goes running in two pairs of very similar shoes, say Nimbus 21 and Nimbus 22, so you can feel the difference. And I've done that with these two shoes, and they're strikingly similar. Now the thing with Hoka, and they have it with all their shoes, they have what's called a rocker. Now this is something that allows your heel to transition to your toe a little bit smoother, and that's in all of the shoes. What I like about the Rincon is it has a little bit less of a rocker, so it's a little bit more natural, so you can really learn how you run and what's more comfortable for you. Now, I highly recommend a mid or forefoot strike, as that's going to alleviate a lot of tension and pressure from your knees. But if you're a heel striker, it still works very well. The New Balance Beacon is a little bit more natural. Just however you strike, it's going to move with you. There's not really a rocker shape, but either one is going to do you very well. Now, the two kinds of people these shoes are not going to be for is if you feel you need some kind of support as far as pronation or supination. Both of these are very neutral shoes. Now, I generally recommend a neutral shoe because you're not going to know what kind of runner you are until one, you get analyzed, go to the stores, they usually put you on kind of slow motion video, or two, what I recommend is honestly looking at your outsole. Where is the wear and tear coming off from the rubber on your shoes? And you're going to notice that is where you're striking your foot. Doesn't lie. So either one of these shoes are something you can pick up first and add to your quiver or other shoes you're going to get. So if you want to get something lighter or more cushioned, and while you continue to use this, analyze how you run. Look at the bottom of the shoe and you can see, okay, I'm pronating, maybe I do need support, or I'm neutral, or I'm heel striking, and you can kind of be a good judge for yourself. The second person these shoes are not really going to be for, and when I say these shoes, I mean the Rincon. The Rincon does run a little bit narrow. Now, casually, I love the Rincon, but the more I ran in it, and especially as I got to 2 miles, 3 miles, which is long for me right now, but hopefully that's going to be very short soon, my midfoot was just really tight. So that's a shoe I would have to go a half size up in, and Hoka does not come out with widths for the Rincon. Now you can step up to the Hoka Clifton, and that's more of their daily trainer. You're spending a little bit more money, it's getting a little bit more plush, and on that token you're getting closer to, say, the Beacon, but it's even more plush than that. But you are gaining weight because it has a little bit more rubber, a little more outsole coverage. And again, as you know what your needs are when you start running, maybe that's something you can move into, but the same could be said for the New Balance Beacon and moving up into something like an 880 or 1080. And there's so many shoes to choose from. These two shoes are just great all around. And one thing that you'll notice from reviewers like myself is we really don't have any loyalty, or at least a lot of reviewers do, as far as we're not pushing Nike, at least for our channel, for Sneaker Gears. We're not getting paid or sponsored by anybody, at least not yet. So we just want to give the best shoe for you guys from our experience, and hopefully this can help you along your journey as it has mine. Now, both of these shoes I am looking to upgrade. The Rincon I actually am upgrading to the Clifton 6, so that will be sold shortly. And the Beacon I am actually looking to either get another pair, or just really excited for the Beacon 3 coming out. So as the miles have grown on these shoes, time to upgrade, but I loved every minute of it, both running and casually, which these pull off nicely. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe down below. If you guys have any questions or you want me to touch on any other topics, please put them in the comments, and I do try to get back to everybody. As always, this is Levi of Sneaker Gears. I really appreciate you, and I'll come at you later.